Well, a venue at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, it's faced criticism too for cancelling the second show of the comedian Jerry Shadowitz this weekend. The Pleasance Theatre said it cancelled the show because of the show's alleged racism, misogyny and a large number of walkouts on the first night of the show. Jerry Shadowitz denies those claims. Our question then, does comedy go too far when it's a joke beyond a joke? We're joined by the comedian Leo Kearse and Angelica Malin, who's editor-in-chief of About Time magazine. Leo, if you don't mind, I'll start with you. And this is your area. I remember seeing Jerry Shadowitz when I was a student. I mean, that's got to be 30 years ago. I don't see how anybody could, unless he's dramatically changed his material, how anybody could claim not to know what you get with him. It's shocking, and that's what it is. That's what you pay for.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's his whole shtick, was being the most grotesque, offensive persona in comedy. And for the Pleasance to book him, not knowing that, and then cancel him, saying, "Oh no, he said some horrific things," I think it's just appalling. They knew what they were getting, and then for them to come out and say, "Oh, we don't censor material," while they're censoring material, is a nonsense. I mean, I think this is a dangerous red line for comedy. We're being encroached on from various angles. If we're not being stabbed by Islamists or shot like the cartoonist Charlie Hebdo were, then we've got the hate crime bill or the online safety bill restricting and criminalising what we can say. We've got the social and cultural movement of wokeism, and that's manifested itself here with the Pleasance cancelling, a comedian who's, I understand some of the old guard, some people, maybe Roy Chubby Brown, they came for them and nobody said anything, but Jerry Sadowitz is very much part of the alternative comedy wave, and he's very much part of the ones that came through after those comedians. So yeah, this is a really dark time for comedy and freedom of speech.
And Angelica, do the people who I mentioned in my introduction there were walkouts? I mean, do the people who are doing the walkout bear any responsibility for this? I'm not for a second saying that people don't have a right to liberate their seat if they find something objectionable. Of course they have, but in a sense, it puts the pressure then on the venue, doesn't it? Because the venue then has an excuse. It can say, well, look, this is commercially suicide because we booked this 200-seat theatre and half of them have walked out.
I mean, yeah, people are speaking with their feet and the venue has to listen to that. I feel uncomfortable with this idea that it's some kind of stage persona, that I've seen this said a few times, that he's playing a character on stage and, he's not actually racist or he's not actually misogynist. But I just don't think we can detach the person on stage from the reality of what he's saying. And it doesn't excuse it, and it does go too far. And I kind of think comedy's moved on, and this kind of content,
excuse me,
that's not what people see anymore.
Can I just say something here? When you go to see James Bond, do you think he's really shooting people?
But that's fiction. This is comedy. He's going on stage. He's going on stage with his own his own name.
All right. When you
he's
go,
going on stage with his own name, so he's going on as himself, and he has accountability.
A lot of comedians,
for what he says.
A lot of comedians don't use their own name. Like, when you go to see a play, do you think it's happening for real? I'm just trying to get, when you look at a painting, do you think you're looking out of a window? Like, what sort of maniac thinks that a comedy performance is some sort of verbatim truth? Sometimes comedians are joking. They're not saying things that are the absolute truth. It's not a press statement by a politician. It's a comedy performance. There's irony, nuance.
It's not the same as a work of fiction. They are going on under their own name. They are going on, and they have an accountability for that. It's not the same as looking at a painting. It's not as detached as that.